care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Well, a very, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Kern High Network. It's been a while. We didn't have a game last week. We took our own internal bye week, so now we're back to rocking and rolling. I'm Vance Palm, joined by Rich Cornford and Julian Wilson. This is the Kern High Network, live exclusive coverage of activities in the Kern High School District. Tonight, that activity is athletics. The specific athletics event, varsity football. The location, old school Foothill High School versus old school Arvin Bears. And we are here at kickoff. A lot of storylines. We'll get to them. But the 1-0 Foothill Trojans at home hosting the 1-1 Arvin Bears. And the flags have flown. It's offsides on the Arvin Bears. And Rich, a ton of storylines, as we always do. I saw you down with the coaches. I was down with the coaches. We've got some things to talk about. Plus, we've been off the air for 2 weeks, so we're both kind of jonesing for some football action. One of the storylines, a decent wind picking up directly from the west. I mean, it's coming in due west. And the reason I bring that up is out here in the flatlands of the southeastern part of Kern County, sometimes that can be a factor. We'll get to that in a while. First of all, good evening. What do you think about this game?
Well, it's nice to be out here in the fall. It finally feels that way.
You're right.
A nice, cool evening, great time for football, and two programs that go way back. I mean, you talk Chamberlain and Permenter, two legends of the game that coached at these different schools. And, we got Riley and Greg, taking their turn at the helm.
All right, the second look here is good. It's a BB into the end zone, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans. As you mentioned, head coach Mike Gregg for the Trojans and his staff, David Jackson, the incomparable Randy Maples, Garrett Gregg, Eli Rosales, Jeff Tinsley, Ruben Cisneros. The athletic director is Mike Bizad, and Ryan Guyvette also. I saw Ryan down there. I know you saw him. He might come up if he has some time, but we'll see. Arvin, head coach Robert Riley. Assistant coaches Vic Garcia, Rocky Cruz, Alberto Gomez, and Jorge Rosales. Some administrative moves taking place at Arvin recently. Long time and recently former head coach Edgar Mara is moving up in the administration level, and now the new athletic director Chris Carlos, who I've known since he was born. I know he loves when I say that. 1st and 10. Run to the right side, and that's going to be Darion Rodriguez. Foothill down a few players tonight. Not going to have their full roster going against the Bears. So we'll see how that affects their play.
Well, I think we'll see a lot of Darion Rodriguez. He is their best football player. 4.5 40 guy that we can expect, I think, to get the ball 20, 25 times tonight. So positive gain there on 1st down, 7 yards. Great start for the Trojans.
Fumble, ball's on the ground. Oh, man. And they go down to get it. It bounced a couple of times. It looks like Foothill has it, but on their second play from the line of scrimmage, yikes.
Yeah, trouble with the exchange there. Noah Tolentino, center. Probably their best offensive lineman. A guy that they're going to depend on because, like we said, they've had to shuffle some guys in and out because of some discipline issues. So they're going to need that snap. And that's exactly what they did not have to happen after a great play on 1st down to be put in 3rd and 7. This is not the strength of their football team.
Quarterback is Andrew Trevino. And there's a flag on that play. They gave the play away by throwing it over to the receiver to show him what it was.
I think Freddie Pulido was lined up off sides there and gives the yardage back. So now Foothill's in the situation where they want to be, where they can likely feed the ball to Darion Rodriguez.
We're at Foothill High School, Trojan Marching Band right below us. Nice show here, and we have done some games over the last couple years since all of the renovation. We've captured it pretty well in the Kern High Network, in the Achieve magazine, and of course on the air here on our live streams. But boy, have they done a remarkable job at this storied high school in rebuilding the optics on it. Beautiful football field, track fields. Fumble! Ball's on the ground. Oh, and this time it might be the Bears that get it. It looks like they do, and they do. Fumble recovery out there by the Arvin Bears. How about that? And it's Freddie Pulido who comes up with it. So Pulido with the first big play of the game, 1st and 10 Bears.
Well, Mike Gregg's going to need to get that quarterback and center on the sideline taking about a dozen snaps here because, again, this game comes down to doing the simple things better. And if you can't get the exchange from under center there, you're in for a long night. Now this Arvin offense, look for Jack Kasinger. The Trojans will know where he is every snap. He's number 1. He's down at the bottom of the screen here.
Nice run play to start things off.
He's leading the Valley right now. That's Jack Kasinger in receiving, nearly 900 yards. So basically his first catch tonight ought to put him over that number there. But there's a coach from Fresno State here to watch him play.
Ho-ho.
So big night for that young man. But again, Foothill is definitely aware of where he is. Look for them to slide a safety that direction because he is a playmaker. We watched him play last year, and extremely impressed. And, he's working really well with the sophomore quarterback right now, Andrew Rosales. Pretty good 1-2 punch that Arvin High has.
1st and 10. Sophomore QB, and there's a flag on the play. Got some big guys on the line, too. I think number 71.
Yeah, he passes the eye test, doesn't he?
O.J. Martinez is a senior. Emilio Cruz, number 77, is a sophomore. First and 25. Screen play, and it's just a poor pass by Rosales.
Yeah, sometimes, especially when you're a young quarterback, you might have the arm to make every throw, but getting the touch to make the simple throws.
It's the finesse ones.
Yeah. So looking at 2nd and 25 here for the Arvin Bears. Fiddle's got a little beef up front there. A lot of them younger guys.
Well, you think about when you hear 6 players won't be playing, it's just written in the stars for somebody to step up and do something special. The handoff, Reynoso, and he's tripped up there. Really good play, actually. Nice tackle.
These Foothill numbers on the front especially are really small.
It's going to be tough for our listening, viewing audience tonight. We're going to have to wait till they turn around and we see the back of their jerseys. So 3rd and 18. After giving up the football, can Foothill hang in here on this 3rd down?
Kasinger's at the top. Widest receiver out there.
Rosales wants to go to Kasinger, throws it across, has him. Touchdown, Bears! Jack Kasinger. What a great pass by Rosales, and Kasinger just watched it into his hands. Touchdown, Bears.
Yeah, very nice job by Kasinger. Got behind the corner, and that safety help that we said that Foothill needs to provide for him just didn't get over there, didn't get deep enough. You can't let number 1 get behind you. Now, that's easier said than done because he runs a legit 4.5 40. But Foothill's been practicing that all week to make sure they have somebody on top of that route.
The wind is at their back, and that ball just stayed up there perfectly. It was long enough and was right on the numbers. And here is Mateo Alvarez. So Matt Alvarez misses the PAT.
Any relation?
No, but and he's not going to like me changing the name from Mateo to Matt. But a great start for the Bears. Recover a fumble, and they strike 6-0. Again, welcome to the Current High Network. I'm Vance Paul. I'm joined by Rich Cornford and Julian Wilson, our director, producer. Great to have everybody here tonight with us. Took a weekend off last week. Had a lot going on in the community, and the Current High Network said, let's take a breather and get ready for the big push. It's coming next Friday night. It's going to be a big one.
Yeah, if things drop like they're supposed to. We have Liberty versus Frontier, probably the top two teams in town, both coming in ranked in the top 5, I believe, in the section.
Liberty took care of business last night versus Centennial. So it'll be Frontier tonight playing Stockdale at home at Frontier. That could shape up to be something else. And he goes into the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10, Foothill Trojans.
So the Trojans, again, I'm anxious to see what they do on this first play. The one play that they got with a decent snap, they gained 7 yards on. And after that, they struggled snapping the ball.
So the quarterback, Andrew Trevino, jogs out.
He's also a sophomore quarterback. 5'6", 120 pounds. So he's not real big, but he is a gamer. Foothill comes into this game at 3-4, 1-0 in league. Wildcat.
Flag on the play, so no matter what happens here, there'll be some discussion afterwards.
So that was Trevino that went in motion. And Darion Rodriguez, I believe, that took the direct snap. Another little wrinkle Mike Gregg has put in. So Mike is a long time coach in this area. When I first got to West High, he was the softball coach over there. Heck of a good guy. Ryan Guyvett, talking to him before the game about Mike, realizes that he's got a guy, that really gets it in for the long haul, that the kids respect, and making these guys not only better on the football field, but also better in the classroom and in the community too. And, a lot of people don't realize all the hats that a head coach has to wear. Mike wears them well.
You should try that out.
Ooh, my blood pressure is so good right now, it's unbelievable.
Inside joke if you don't know about Rich Cornford. And there's movement on the line, and that is certainly one thing that will be challenged when there's a chunk of your players not in uniform, is the timing, snap, cadence.
You pull a kid up from the JV, and he's so psyched up and he wants to do so well, and
right.
Then he forgets the cadence or what direction he's supposed to go. So just calming those guys down and having something positive happen is, what's got to happen here for the Trojans. But 1st and 20 is not where they want to be.
We're just started in the first quarter. South Yosemite League Horizon game. Arvin at Foothill. Trevino in trouble. Throws over to the far side, and not a bad play. Gained a few yards, but that Arvin defense waiting for it.
Boy, Arvin in defense. You got, I always remember first as a head coach going against Chuck Chamberlain there, and those Arvin boys would fly to the ball and just ornery. When I first got the job at West, Chuck was the first guy I went to and just said, how do you get your kids to play so hard every snap? Great mentor.
Tradition, heritage.
High expectations.
Absolutely. Pressure from the older guys if you don't. Tough play there. Trevino thrown down hard and heavy to the ground. It's going to be 3rd and 18. So right now, Foothill having trouble getting things going expectedly, and they're just going to have to take their time and hopefully get their groove going here as the evening unfolds.
Yeah, what we're seeing is on each of these last couple of plays, an Arvin defender is split through that line and got pretty good penetration. Again, the footwork things, if you're playing your first varsity football game, those defenders are quite a bit faster and stronger than anything you've ever seen before.
And, Coach, it looks as though the Arvin Bears already kind of anticipating the snap and anticipating the call. They kind of figured out that not everybody's feeling natural up there. 3rd and 20 now. 3 out to the right side of the bottom of your screen. Trevino drops back, feels pressure, gets rid of it, and it's picked off. Intercepted, and it could be a pick 6. We'll see. Do they get him? They do, and this is Aaron Lopez with an interception.
Yeah, those long yardage situations are not ideal for Foothill. We do have a flag on the play.
I believe it was after the play.
Yeah, it's declined, so it'll be Arvin ball, first and goal at the 10.
So that was an Aaron Lopez interception. So Lopez with an interception, Pulido with a fumble recovery, and first and 10 first and goal from the 10.
This Arvin squad comes in at 4 and 4. They have not had a bye. They lost a heartbreaker last week to Golden Valley, the league favorite, game that was 7-7 going into the fourth quarter. Golden Valley ended up making the plays at the end, winning 28-14. But this is a team that, that was one loss. They lost to Tehachapi and Shafter, two really, really good football teams here in town. So the Arvin Bears are really hoping to finish strong, get that bye week, get a little healthy, and compete for likely a Division V championship.
First game of the season was a shootout, 80 points, 48-32 loss. How about this? Easy touchdown. And I thought he was in.
Good tackle there at the goal line.
Wow. Not in. No touchdown. I retract. I thought for sure Alvarez was in. They say no, so it'll be third and goal from the 1 foot line.
We don't have a height and weight for number 78, the nose guard, Ricardo Garcia, for the Trojans, but he's a big boy out there. I'm guessing he's a good 300 pounds.
Timeout's going to be taken by head coach Robert Riley for the Bears. You're watching the Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of high school football tonight. I'm Vance Palm with Rich Cornford and Julian Wilson. Coach Cornford, I was cracking a joke about him, kind of an inside joke about, hey, you should try being a coach. Longtime head coach, Ridgeview High School, West High School, Frontier High School, helped get Del Oro started and get them on the path for the future of tackle football. So when we talk about the dedication and commitment and the time level that is involved in being a head coach, then you add on all the hats that you were talking about. I've been doing this a long time in this community and interviewed a lot of coaches in a lot of different sports at every level, from the pro level down to the high school level. And even if I give it that cliche thing about, folks, you just don't know how much time, even then, the announcer doesn't know how much time.
Yeah, there is a lot of stress involved with that, and, it can take a toll on your family, too. So grateful to have a wife that at least tolerated.
Reynoso takes the handoff and jams it in there. That's a touchdown, Arvin Bears. So Xavier Reynoso gets into the books with his own TD run. The Bears are at 12 now because they missed the PAT. And will Coach Riley try to make up for it? Possibly. Or no. Looks like Alvarez is dialed in for another kick. When I was doing my interviews with the staff, I went and talked to Chris Carlos, the new athletic director at Arvin, and they were practicing right in front of me, this snap and hold. But the one thing they didn't have was the kicker, because he was another drill. So they're going to go for the fake. Can they get it? Oh, they do.
Oh, that was a nice grab.
The big fella sticks his hands out, and Remy Vasquez, wow, Coach, some fingertips right there. But we just learned, if you're Reynoso, don't go up and do the jumping chest bust. Don't do the jumping chest bump with Remy Vasquez, or you're going to get knocked flat down. That was funny.
That was funny. Great fingertip catch there. It looked like the ball was thrown too low, and his momentum was going to take him away from it, but he did a great job of getting the fingers down there and underneath that ball.
So Alvarez, the holder pitches it to Alvarez. He rolls right, throws it a little low. Neither Coach Cornford nor myself thought the big fella, Remy Vasquez, was going to scoop down there that low, but he got it, scores the touchdown, and then, the extra point. Then Xavier Reynoso, who scored the TD, went to do the old jumping chest bump, and I don't know if he'll do that again. He got flattened. Here's a good look for Foothill. Oh, nice start. Trojans get their first opportunity to make something happen here. That was a nice return right there by, of course, Rodriguez.
And he has 2 kickoff return touchdowns this season. So he's the guy. They got to get the ball in his hands as many ways possible. We've seen some wildcat to him so far tonight and a handoff, but he's going to get a heavy dose because he is their cat. And as my son would say, you got to feed the cats.
5 minutes, just a hair over 5 minutes left in this first quarter. 14-0. Arvin leads Foothill. How about this? How about this? How about this? Can he get outside looking for some blocking? Oh, what a beautiful run right there up to the 34-yard line by, of course, Rodriguez. Oh, Darion doing it.
And a nice hole there. The old West High School from the 1980s split back veer. That was outside veer right there. Don't block the defensive end. Quarterback reads it. If the end gets to the quarterback gives the ball. And good read there by the young quarterback. Good run there by Rodriguez.
Special Kern High Network hello from Brad Showers, longtime varsity baseball coach at Stockdale. Now, I won't say retired because I saw him the other morning dropping off my son, but you talk about a Bear that went to the ball. Nice run up front, and he wanted to let you know, go Bears. Yes, Rich, we fly to the ball. Brad Showers, part of that Showers family tree. All of them inducted into the Arvin High Hall of Fame.
There is something special being an Arvin alum in there for you. I know it's a unique community out there.
I was just at the Arvin High Hall of Fame meeting a couple nights ago with Bill Satterfield, and Greg Showers, Claw Hallam, Greg, Steve Hallam, Cal Meek, Edgar Maras. Oof.
Good group of guys.
Felt important for 10 minutes.
Oh, boy.
Ball's on the ground, fumble! Oh, will it be it will. It's the Bears ball again. Another turnover by the Trojans just as they were starting to get their groove and move the ball. So, Coach, just some operational, technical things in there. Ball handling is just hurting them.
Yeah, well, that's the third time we've seen the ball bouncing around on the ground. And, again, credit to the Arvin Bears for ending up with it. But Foothill's got to do a better job with ball security.
So Foothill was moving down there. Now the coaches are wanting to get on the big fella that you were talking about. Hey,
time to play a little defense.
We need you in there, Ricardo. So Garcia gets there with his helmet on. And now it's going to be 1st and 10. Bears now have some real estate to stretch out and work their offense. Their first 2 drives were within the 25-yard line. There's another toss. This one's floated up there, and it's dropped. What a perfect toss to Mateo Alvarez. So, wow, Mateo had that one float right into his arms, and that was perfect.
Yeah, that was a great throw by Rosales. He's got 14 touchdown passes now with that earlier one to Jack, and 1,600 yards on the season as a sophomore. Man, you got to love the fact that you got a sophomore that can throw the ball to a variety of good targets.
And that was on the money. 2nd and 10, 3:37 remaining here in the first quarter. Low snap. Scooped up. Handed off. Wow, what a great job running there by Freddie Polito. Freddie's already got a fumble recovery. This Bears team's for real, Coach.
They are. They've got multiple athletes. They're not just a one-trick pony out there. And that was a great job of Polito following his blocker and getting extra yards.
Kind of a seesaw roller coaster season with regards to wins and losses.
And they've, like we said, they've played a pretty tough competitive schedule so far. So they've been in the fire. Boy, you got one-on-one down here at the bottom.
They keep it on the ground. It's Polito again. Polito running over guys, running through guys, and it's a first down. Oh, and that should be a flag. I don't know.
It should be. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah. Yeah, you got to, that's good officiating right there. You don't want to let that stuff get out of hand, because then if you don't call it on them and Arvin does something, you call it on Arvin.
So
things get out of shape.
Whoa. So it must have been the initial strike.
I missed it.
We saw the we saw the reaction, and it's always the second guy that gets caught, but actually it was the first guy that got caught. Somebody on the Arvin side said or did something, and it drew the ire of a Trojan, and that's what we saw. But the officials, right in the middle of it, and called it against the Bears, 1st and 10. Arvin, their own 47. Rosales looks, throws, flicks it out to the big guy. Hey, you just scored an extra point. Why not just toss it to him as much as you want? Remy Vasquez.
Yeah, he's got a big tight end body there. Nice job dragging across the middle. Good throw by the quarterback. Now, when Arvin gets in that shotgun wing T look, they like to run a lot of buck sweep and trap. Mike Gregg knows that. He's been a defensive coordinator for a long time. But what scares him is it puts them one-on-one with Jack Kasinger. And he was nervous that Arvin might throw to him out of that set. So I'm anxious to see if he's right with that. And again, anytime you can get a receiver of that caliber one-on-one with no safety help, you want to try and jump on it.
Another penalty against the Bears, 1st and 20. Foothill seemingly not ready. This time it is to Kasinger, but he took off without it. He saw it, he had it, and he saw a big chunk of green in front of him, but he left without the ball.
A little tunnel screen action over there, and one of the hard parts about that play is catching the ball while you're running in towards those linebackers, and you want to start picking your way through them before you've caught it, and I think that was what happened on that particular play. You don't see Jack drop too many.
At all. .207 left in the first. 2nd and 20. Rosales straight back, wants to go deep, lofts it up, throws it up. It's Kasinger, and he's in the middle, heavy traffic. And if nothing else, Kasinger broke it up. Great defense.
There you saw the safety was able to get over to help out on that throw. The same type play that Arvin scored with earlier in the game. Good job by the safety. Derek Sanchez to get over there. Or the corner Derek Sanchez to make the play. And safety Carson Parra, I believe.
We can't see. I'm telling you, everybody, we're probably a couple hundred feet up and away, and we can't see the front of these jerseys because they get all wrinkled up. So, yeah, I think you're right, Coach. I think it's Oscar Orozco. This time, nice play by that Trojan defense.
Great pursuit by the Trojans, picking up that screen play, finding the football. Isaiah Hernandez in there making the initial stop. So big stop for the Trojans. If they're going to get back in the game, they needed it.
A big stop. All things are pointing for Arvin right now. You see a dropped long bomb put right in the breadbasket. Then you've got a couple of plays called back on penalties. That stop's big right there. 4th and 17 officially.
Now punting with the wind at your back. Get that ball up in the air.
Going to be a wobbler. Rodriguez would be the guy, but it'll be down at the 29-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans. A nice defensive stop there, and that was right after a really nice drive that ended in another fumble. So let's see if Foothill can kind of get their footing here and get some traction. And see the great Art Charles down there, legendary Foothill athlete, and his legendary athletic wife, Brandy. Got sons playing pro ball all over the place. Saw the great Dion Bede just a few moments ago, a West High icon. Oh, big hit. Ouch.
That was a great job of playing downhill there.
Wow, that's a big hit right there.
I don't have number 19 on my roster.
Wouldn't you know it?
Unfortunately, but great play. When we talk about playing downhill, there's so many linebackers that'll make tackles after 4 or 5 yard gains. But what you want is guys like that make them for, hit the guy at the line of scrimmage.
Coach, I think we're lucky. I think it was 13. It might have been Max Carroll. Max Carroll with the big hit. 2nd and 9.
Yeah.
They gave him a yard.
Even more impressive, he's a safety.
Quick toss out to the left. Look out. They read that and it was going nowhere. So great play out there again by Xavier Reynoso.
And you see Foothill desperately trying to get the ball in the hands of Darian Rodriguez in a million different ways, but just struggling with consistency, you know, making that one block that's required there.
That'll do it in the first quarter. We're at 14-0. Arvin leads. This is the Kern High Network. We'll be back right after this.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Here we go, second quarter. Trojans trying to get outside. That's a nice job right there by the QB, Andrew Trevino.
It was a nice job by Trevino picking up 4. I think he had a few more yards, though, if he'd have pitched the ball late to the running back. I think as a young quarterback, sometimes once you get past the line of scrimmage, you think it's yours to keep for the rest of the time. But you think about the old Colorado schools and watching the colors of their team. Darian Hagan, he'd break it down 20 yards, then pitch it to Eric Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy.
You know, and so that I think they had some more yards on that play. Possibly enough for a first down.
Right, so now it's 4th and 6.
I think Foothill's missing a couple people on the punt team.
A couple. They're missing 3 guys. No, 2, you're right, 2. So they burn a timeout to make sure they've got, there's 10 and now there's 11. So the quarterback says, my bad. he went by the coach and said, my bad, I got it.
And again, that's one of the things we talked about, the number of guys that they're missing this week. And obviously it affects offense and defense, but it's the special teams that you've got, you know, guys that are practicing there that haven't taken any snaps at that spot, and they just forget.
I got a nice text this morning from my good buddy Dante Stansel. One of the great Trojan running back basketball players. Thigh was as big as one of those tuba bells. Dante run over dudes. The great Lonnie Shelton. Rashad Sheehy.
Joey Porter. Boy, his son had a great interception this week, helped win the game, preserve that win for the Steelers.
Our colleague Kenny Calvin was going bonkers on social platform. Okay, punt team is in, return team is in. Oh, they almost got it, and they may have nicked it. They may have nicked that enough. It might have hit a fingernail, and it went out exactly at the 40-yard line. So to start this second quarter off, Arvin's offense, to see if they can get this thing rolling again. You know, one thing about this retro improvement here at Foothill, incredibly well lit. If you're watching this tonight, you can just get a sense of how bright this field is. I was coming down 58. I could see it about 5 miles away. This is really a beautiful atmosphere.
Yeah, they've done a great job of beautiful track, both the home side and the visitor side, spacious stadium, great press box up here, great scoreboard.
It's nice, great job. Okay, 1st and 10. The pass pass, and not a great one. You had Reynoso across the middle. You had K-Singer on a little bit of a deeper route, and Rosales didn't seem committed to either one.
Yeah, and Arvin, if you talk to Coach Riley, he really would love to see them run the ball more effectively. And so far tonight, they have run the ball very well, and that's really what he's preaching. And I think most head coaches just love to run the ball well. We've seen that they throw the ball well. I'm anxious to see if they can continue to run it with really good effectiveness.
Well, on cue, because ball pops out, it's loose. Oh, he was hit hard, and the ball just popped out. But they keep it.
Nice sound effects there. So, yeah,
they just popped straight up.
Fortunate bounce there for the Arvin Bears. Looking at a 3rd and 5 here, likely 4-down territory. So, again, very impressed with Robert Riley and the way he mixes up the run and the pass. So, anxious to see what he calls in this situation.
K-Singer, bottom of your screen, way out right. Rosales quickly over to this near side. Can the Trojans shut it down? They do. What a nice job by that Trojan defense. They lost yardage, and it'll be 4th and 9 from midfield. So what will Coach Riley decide here? Well, the decision looks like it's been made. They're going to punt the ball.
Yeah, and punting into the wind. So great play again by the Trojans on that swing pass out there. Trojans look like they've got a lot of guys out there, but they got 11.
Okay, to punt, it's Rodriguez. Not bad. It's a high one. It's right in the middle of the football field. I mean, right in the middle of the football field. It takes a good bounce. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Foothill 15-yard line. We talked about it. We'll probably be getting back to 2 games here again next week. But no, I don't know that yet. But I can pretty much assure that we're going to be at the big one. Frontier at Liberty. If Frontier takes care of business tonight, both teams will be 7-0 or 8-0.
Liberty lost a game to a Southern Section school. It was really good. So
undefeated in the league.
Yeah, and top 4 or 5 in the Valley.
Wow. Okay, can the Foothill Trojans get something going here? Try to grind out some yards here and get on the scoreboard here in the first half. Run play right up the middle, nothing doing there.
Yeah, this Foothill offense, they're obviously taking better care of the ball with the snap. We saw a little power action there. The Powers when the fullback leads on the defensive end, and good scheme there. Just fullback's got to be able to dig that guy out a little bit better to give him a little bit more room to run the ball there.
2nd and 9.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, it's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put it together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses. Having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these flush fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
Only animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
I was shearing my lamb for fair. I have 2 lambs. Taking care of animals is you feed them twice a day, make sure they have water, walk them, make sure they're ready for fair.
Vet science is the first year before you can actually go into animal science, and it's a lot of like hands-on with the different animals, and you get to learn different things such as giving shots, castrating, all that fun stuff. For me, wanting to be a vet when I'm older, it prepares me. All the stuff that I'm learning in ag is definitely going to help me.
I'm in ag communications. Anything that you see on the Facebook page is what we do, and pictures, and we do all the posters that are around campus, anything that just promotes ag.
Our students are all part of the FFA organization, and through that we have a chapter officer team. We do monthly chapter meetings because we're trying to get them involved outside of class. They can find something that they're interested in, and they need something that's going to hook them so that they're ready for life after high school.
In animal care, the students learn a variety of things, whether it's tools or terms. In the veterinary field, they learn about the skeletal systems, animal nutrition, the housing, how to properly care for them. They also have the opportunity in the spring to actually go work at a veterinary hospital or at an animal shelter or a grooming salon.
Animal restraint, weight and temperature, pulse, respiration, all of that I learned here.
They take a state certified test, and if they pass, they become a certified vet assistant right out of high school.
It's always hands-on, and so I think that's what really helps us is that we're not just getting it from a textbook, we're actually doing these things, and we're actually practicing these things that we'll be doing in our future careers.
Once again, everybody, welcome back. Halftime here at Foothill High School, and it's homecoming at Foothill High. The score, though, is not being kind to homecoming. It's 21-0. Arvin at the half. I'm Vance Palm with Rich Cornford, and having a beautiful night here. You're right, Coach. It's got a nice autumn feel to it, a nice little breeze coming through. Julian Wilson handling all things technical, so we're at the 8:20 mark until third quarter starts. Halftime at Foothill on the Kern High Network.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
With us, he helps us as much as we can. We've learned a lot from him.
Right now we're supplying students that are skilled in the safety, basic operation of machine work, and then they also leave with some soft skills. They understand they have to be on time. They understand that they have to get up and talk to people. Most of them are walking out of here with a solid foundation in the entry level of a trade.
They can have a job anywhere they go because they have a basic understanding of what it's going to take to put products out that people are going to use.
Hopefully this is a good career for me. End up doing something good, have a good life, and make some money.
Well, we're learning a lot, and especially with just the basic knowledge of what you would need for an entry-level job.
All the basic skills to be a medical assistant in a doctor's office or a clinic.
You're leaning on it, and that'll make a difference.
And then they also do on-the-job training, and they work in doctor's offices or clinics throughout Kern County. The kids are job ready, and many of them are employed before the end of the school year. They're promised a job, as well as they continue their education. We have many registered nurses out there and even physicians.
I'm thinking I want to be an anesthesiologist. So a lot of school, but it'll be worth it in the end.
Right now we're learning
the different roles, what a game designer is, what they do, and how video games are made, and how to deconstruct them.
We're also going to be teaching the hard skills, which includes learning the Unreal Engine. What the Unreal Engine is it's a game development tool that students will be able to use to make their very own video games. And this is something that actually industry professionals use every day to make some of the top-selling games. They're all the same size. You're all on the same plane. There's no undulating terrain or anything like that.
Our instructor, he's really amazing. He encourages everybody. He's really fun, and he makes learning fun.
So they've got top-of-the-line computers here, and they're set up to excel. I would be surprised if other students their age coming out of high school would have anywhere near the level of expertise that these guys are going to have.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities. We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Oh, thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm alongside Rich Cornford and Julian Wilson. Just want to let everybody know that we are aware that during the second quarter we had some technical difficulties. Enough of you faithful listeners, viewers, watchers were letting us know. But one thing we did not want to do is try to do too much, and then you would lose video. So at least you could see the game and not hear Rich and I. And don't start with the jokes. We already know some of you are at home saying, yeah, we'd like that all night long. We're good with just the video. Vance, we're good with the video and Rich. I should just go get us some hot cocoa and...
Well, I'm sure it was me that probably pushed a button somewhere that screwed things up. It is Friday the 13th. That's right. Julian just reminded us, our producer.
Yeah, well,
something had to go wrong.
As Michael Scott in the office says, I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. Well, 21-0. Your thoughts on the first half, Coach?
Well, we saw what we expected a little bit from Foothill. They got a lot of guys playing their first varsity football game tonight, right in the middle of the season, and had some miscues early on. Their defense really kept them in the game until that last touchdown there by Arvin to Jack Casinger just before the end of the half, his second touchdown of the game. Arvin's played pretty good run defense. Foothill's played pretty good run defense. We know Arvin would like to run the ball better than they have, and I'm anxious to see this second half. See if Mike Gregg has any tricks up his sleeve, but it's really tough. He's kind of has to fight one-handed with Darian Rodriguez being the one guy that he really has, and Arvin knows that too.
How about this? Now the flag's blowing the other direction. It was coming from the west. Then it was coming from the east. Now it's coming from the north, coming right at our backs. Foothill started off 9-iron, taking it to field. Ball on the ground. Oh. Well, was there a flag or?
I don't think he called for a fair catch.
So the Foothill coaching staff is asking the same question I am. I mean, he took off to run with it.
Yeah, and not a bad strategy with the wind blowing like it is. Throw the 9-iron up there, let it flutter in the wind, and have a guy with a 50-something number on it trying to catch it.
Yeah, I hear Para. Hey, Coach Cornford, I got it. He wants us all to know he was ready to take off with that thing, but then when the ball dropped, the officials blew the whistle as if he had called a fair catch, so a little confusing there, a little perplexing.
His one moment of glory there. The lineman's dream.
Well, he almost was going to get blamed for a fumble. So Arvin's up 21-0, and they're going to start the quarter with the ball. So here we go, second half action. Movement everywhere. Flag's going to fly. I think that's going to be just some illegal shift. There was a lot of stuff going on before. Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of stuff going on before that snap.
Yeah, two guys in motion at once. Don't like to come out of the half and do that.
Yeah, it's a great point, Coach. I mean, I'm sure that you, in all your years at halftime, you adjust, you make your adjustments, and then you come out. You got all the time in the world. And the first play is a flag. You look at your assistants and go, come on now.
Yeah, there's some things you practice all week, and just the craziest things end up going wrong on you.
Like basketball, you come out of halftime, and in the first minute, the guy that came in the second half with 3 fouls picks up his 4th foul 60 seconds into the second half. You're like, what? Okay, they go with the sweep again.
Oh,
The same
wow.
play. Big blocks. Oh, the flag on the play, though. I don't know what the flag's going to be. Fumble, ball's on the ground. Well, there's all kinds of stuff happening on this play. Reynoso, the Trojans thought he lost the football. There was a pancake block out on the far side, but they're going to call holding. So after all of that, a hold on the sweep out to the left.
Yeah, I was going. Steven Martinez, I think, had that pancake block. I was going crazy over that. And then the ball pops loose. And we saw a little bit of this from Arvin in the first half, where they made uncharacteristic mistakes and put themselves in some long yardage situations. Now, fortunately for them, they do have a guy, Jack Kasinger, that can get them out of these situations, and have been very impressed with their quarterback throwing the football. Andrew Rosales, sophomore.
And now he's got Kasinger, fires a bullet to him. Kasinger didn't even know it was to him. And it was thrown so hard and off target that the Trojan defense, who may have had a pick, wasn't ready for it either.
The best part of the Arvin passing game has been the deep ball.
Yeah.
So see if they can somehow find a way to get Kasinger one-on-one in this long yardage situation and bust loose. He's got, again, the wind is going some weird directions, but he's thrown well with it at his back.
2nd and 25. Kasinger, Reynoso, bottom of your screen. They go back to the other side again. This play was successful in the first half, and simply because of the sheer size and strength of Remy Vasquez, it's somewhat successful on that play.
Boy, you're one of those little defensive backs that wears a headband around his neck trying to tackle that guy. You know, that's not a good matchup for any DB. Good call there by Arvin, picking up about 7 to 8 yards, but they still face a 3rd and 17.
Third and 18 to be exact. So the view that we have, we're looking due south. I mean, we're looking essentially at the grapevine, if we could see it, that direction. So to your right as the viewer is west and left is east. The wind is coming right behind us, right at our back. Rosales in trouble. The first sack of the evening. He goes down. So this Foothill defense, as you talked about with Coach Greg, they're starting to come alive here, and that's a big stance. And Arvin, on their first drive of the third quarter, they've got a punt.
Yeah, that play was designed to have Kasinger just be the decoy and to hit Mateo Alvarez. We saw him open on previously and drop one, and they were trying to hit the same play there, but they had him double covered.
Nice to see Coach Ned Permenter down here, sitting down sideline, the 20-yard line, saying hi to Art Charles and a couple other guys. Hi, Coach.
Foothill royalty right there. Heck of a great guy.
The snap is up. It's high. Woo, barely got that punt off, and boy, does that take an Arvin Bear bounce. Wow, they knock it down to the 35-yard line, a high snap, and it was almost blocked, but a big-time punt. And it pushes Foothill back to the 35. Once again, welcome, everybody. If you're just getting with us, a lot of football going on tonight at the national level, regional level, high school level here in Kern County, and we're at Foothill High School. This is the Kern High Network. I'm Vance Palm with Rich Cornford. And the Arvin Bears trying to spoil homecoming at Foothill with a 21-0 lead, but that defense from Foothill just stepped up right now. Stopped them and get another chance here.
Now, Foothill has had a couple good plays offensively, but has not been able to sustain anything. They can't put two plays in a row together. So that's going to be the challenge to Greg, and it looks like they're coming out in the Wildcat.
In motion is Sanchez. Trouble back there. They give it to Sanchez, and he gets buried. Loss of 10.
So, again, you become a little bit desperate as a coach in this situation when, again, you don't have the athletes out there and you're trying to just out-scheme people. Sometimes it works in small pieces, but to try to put a whole game plan together, really tough. Now we see the quarterback coming back in, anxious to see if they try the Wildcat again or if Andrew Trevino is under center. So 2nd and 15, 16 for the Trojans. Again, they're not designed for this type of situation. Wildcat.
They almost got him the jump, but they didn't. And on the keeper is Trevino.
Fumble,
ball's taken in a strip, and it's going to be a touchdown. Are you kidding me? It was taken out of his hands, and it's Freddie Polito. That's his second fumble of the evening, fumble recovery of the evening. That was a strip job, and gone. Touchdown.
Yeah, Polito's been around the ball all night long, and good things have happened.
Wow. So Freddie Polito had a fumble recovery early in the football game that resulted in an Arvin touchdown, and then he just strips it right there. So back to what you were saying, the Bear tradition, be all over the football, and they are, and now all of a sudden it's 28-0.
Yeah, and that is really tough to come out of the half if you're the Foothill Trojans, and grateful that you were somewhat still in the game for most of the first half, but then to have that happen makes you think it might be a long evening for the Trojans.
Well, with 9:14 left in this third quarter, they need to put something on the board and keep the Bears from scoring, or the thing's going to just race out on the clock. So they need to try to make sure that doesn't happen. And we're getting reports that Frontier's handling Stockdale for their homecoming. So the stage being set for a big one next Friday night. If there's a team that's going to be able to, a local team, and this is just based on my experience of calling all the games and seeing all the teams, talking to the coaches, and I was at the Jockey Club things I mentioned Tuesday morning, and the quarterback, Statler's getting honored. One of their big linemen are getting honored. So, talking to Chris Bandy for a couple of minutes there while I had an opportunity. And if there's one team that's going to be able to put up a good enough fight against this Liberty Patriots team, it's going to be Frontier. So it's shaping up to be huge. There's all kinds of ruckus on the social networking platforms around Kern County about, it being sold out and packed and where are you going to park and all that. But that's what it's all about, Coach.
Yeah, it'll be a fun environment. I'm interested to know, when Centennial first came into the Southwest Yosemite League and nobody beat them for like 30-some games. It was a West High team, by the way, that did finally beat them. But I wonder what the Liberty current winning streak is, because they've won that league for at least 4, 5, 6 years.
Well, we'll get on Rick Van Horn, Coach Van Horn. Rick, if you're listening, you've been commissioned to run that number down. When is the last in-league loss for the Patriots? Oh, tough play up front. Another big hit up there by Elias Roman. That's the second one he's had where he just jumps all over Trevino at the snap. And Trevino, after each play, jogs over here to get these plays given to him verbally.
Wonder if he's on the cross-country team, because he's putting some miles in.
Well, he's got a good pace right there. He didn't want to run too fast.
And we mentioned it earlier, Foothill is not in a hurry to snap the ball. They're going to be the anti-tempo team, just because they know the fewer snaps, the better is for them.
2nd and 11. They try to run between the hash marks. So some good finishing hits. Arvin's finishing and they're closing with some big contact at the end. You see all these hits, and they're just driving him into the ground. That last one right there was Steven Martinez. So if you're playing the Bears coming up, and that's going to be Miramonte, and then they have their bye week, right, before they go into playoff football. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that they really think that they can compete at Division 5, and I do too. They've played some really good teams, and they've played some good teams tough. Watch for number 8, Elias Roman, coming off the edge here. He's the leader for Arvin in sacks.
He's had 2 already tonight, quick ones. Ball gets hoisted up in the air. It's way up there, and how about this? It's caught. The long ball, and it's caught out there, and I think it is, if I can get the jersey right, I think it's William Martin.
Yep, William Martin.
What a snag by Martin. Goes up and gets it. He's in traffic. People all over him. And William Martin with the big catch.
The Trojans definitely needed that.
That was a great snag. Ball's at the 50-yard line. Trying to get outside, cuts back up. Nice tough run right there by Darian Rodriguez and stays on his feet. So, boy, the spark the Trojans needed.
Yeah, and there we've seen him put 2 good plays together. And you see Darian Rodriguez is a good back. He hadn't had all that many holes to hit, but when he's had them, he makes good yardage. And, he's got a huge target on his head, so that's why it's important. Martin comes in with a great catch there to move the chains and keep this Foothill drive alive.
Second and 5. Ball's at the Arvin 47. Decides to keep it, not the pitch. Good job. I think he got a first down. So nice job there by Andrew Trevino. He thought about pitching it and just said, I'll take it. Ooh, that was close. I thought he got the first.
We have an Arvin defender down right now.
We'll take a short break. We're on the Kern High Network. Arvin Bear down for a minute, and we'll be back right after this.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
So it was a first down. They did get it. Ball's at the 42. And he takes a big hit and stays up and, almost breaks it to the end zone. So, hey, when somebody like Steven Martinez for the Bears, who's been laying dudes out, comes up and hits you hard and he gets knocked back, that's a good sign. And, Coach, you made a mention, the Arvin Bear that went down, he's okay. They got up and you had said something, and I want all young players and young coaches to hear what you said about water.
Oh, yeah, as a coach this time of year, it finally starts to cool down. You're practicing, and it's in the 70s, and kids don't consume the amount of water that they would normally consume, and that's always the week that you have the biggest problem with cramps.
Wow. Okay, all you young players out there and coaches that are working your way up the ladder, that's some free advice given to you by a man that knows what he's talking about. You know what, Coach, to be honest with you, I find myself the same way. I wake up in the morning, it's a little chilly, a little nip in the air. I don't go for the cold water like I do in August. You're right.
Yeah, so you just have to create those healthy habits where first thing in the morning you drink a glass of water. Every meal, drink a water before you drink your Kool-Aid or whatever else you're drinking.
Timeout taken by the Bears. The defense takes another timeout. Coach, another topic of discussion I'd like to go over with you. Big Pac-12 presence tomorrow. I mean, there's a lot going on. SC Notre Dame, quick shotgun statement on that.
Well, Caleb Williams is a phenomenal quarterback, but unless the Trojans can learn to play a little bit of defense against an aggressive football team, they could be in trouble.
Can't wait to watch this. Oregon, Washington.
I'm going to be watching that with my brother tomorrow. Huge game in the Pac-12, the final year of the Pac-12 against two teams that hate each other.
And some great quarterbacks.
And then Oregon State, UCLA. My daughter's a UCLA grad, so she's big into that one.
Okay, 1st and 10, Trojans, Bears. No, not SC and Cal, but Foothill and Arvin. Just a great weekend for the autumnal vibe of football. And dab smack in the middle of all of that, I'll be at Cal State Fullerton for Big West Volleyball. How's that?
All right.
I'll have my phone with me. And
there have been some exciting Roadrunner matches this year.
You're right about that. I'll be cheering for Ava Palm and seeing who's scoring on football.
Sounds like a nice weekend.
Sure is. 5-minute mark left in the third. 2nd and 9 for Foothill. Ball's at the Arvin 29. A little lazy snap, and boy, it's those snaps that aren't crisp and fresh. It's like that millisecond of time that it floats over to the quarterback, and he's got to grab it very quickly and give it to the running back.
And anything for Foothill that's worked in the running game has been the quick hitting stuff. They don't have the line to sustain the blocks for very long. They've got to get up. And if you look at the Arvin defense, they've got everybody within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage, knowing that Foothill's one chance is to try to pound the rock at them.
Sticks haven't moved. It's 3rd and 10.
But still, this is the best drive for the Trojans, so I totally expect 4-down territory for them.
Takes the snap, takes a look. He's got time, throws it out. Look out, careful. Ooh, that was almost picked and taken back to the house by Pulido, and would have added to his stellar defensive night. Just a long, long pass to make out there.
Yeah, he was a fraction of a second away from making that another defensive touchdown for the Bears. So 4th and 10, pretty much a pure passing situation. Again, Elias Roman's the top pass rusher, number 8 out there for the Arvin Bears. Also a kid with a 4.6 GPA that when he graduates high school, he'll be considered a junior in college. He's taken so many dual enrollment classes. Pretty impressive. Saving his parents a lot of money, too.
Trevino takes the snap, got a little bit of time. Ball's batted down. Oh, what an effort. A huge effort by who else? We've mentioned him a bunch of times tonight. Elias Roman, he's just a beast up there. Bats the ball down. Wiley's got an offensive lineman trying to block him, and he almost batted it into his own hands. So another strong effort by the Arvin Bear defense right when they needed it most, and it'll be 1st and 10 Arvin.
And leadership starts with performance, and there you see that why Elias Roman is the leader of that defense there. Returning All-League player, hometown sports player of the week, makes a big play in a critical situation there. So Arvin, this is where, again, we talked about them wanting to run the ball better. I'm anxious to see if they can pound the rock here and put it away.
They start it, and 2 big guys going at it. They put him in the backfield now, Remy Vasquez, and said, hey, you could pretty much do anything. Oh, no, sorry. Was that Vasquez that had a carry? No, sorry, it was not. I thought it was Remy Vasquez for a moment, but it's Steven Martinez. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. But I would have expected it with Remy.
He's done about everything else. When Arvin runs the ball, their center, Noah Tolentino, he's the strongest kid on their team. He's part of the 900-pound club and another captain. He touches the ball every play. The center there. Look for them to go right at the heart of this Trojan defense.
2nd and 10. Look to pass. Great route, but he stopped running it. He just quit running. Mateo Alvarez was doing a crisscross. Casinger was coming right across the middle underneath it all, and Alvarez took off on what I thought was a good beat, but stopped running.
Well, there's definitely a better feel between Casinger and his quarterback than Mateo Alvarez and the quarterback. That's something that they'll just have to work on rep after rep here. 3rd and long, I'm thinking Casinger is the guy, and if I'm coaching, I'm trying to think what formation can I use to try and get him where Foothill does not have safety support over the top.
Excellent young man, Jack Casinger. Grew up with all of his family. You name the relative, and I was in school with one of them. and his Aunt Rebecca down there, the unofficial Arvin Bear Pride photographer, saw her tonight. Rosales runs, throws, and across the middle, and that would have been a first down and more, but dropped. Reynoso had to go through his fingertips, and the Bears will punt. They don't want to either. I guarantee that offense wants to stay out and do some more.
They wanted to put this game away there. And we've just seen a little bit of inconsistency from Arvin offensively. We've seen him look great at times and then just a step off.
3 minutes, 2 seconds remaining here in the third. All these lights behind Foothill High School, Bolthouse Farms, all these big corporations around here lighting up this whole neighborhood. This is special. I love it. Sideways punt, and it goes out at, I'd say they're gonna give it all the way to the.
He'll start walking back here.
Okay, all right. So it is. I thought it was close to the 50. All right, 48.
So good field position for the Trojans. You know, one of the things we saw in the first half was they always had bad field position. Arvin always had really good field position. So this is a chance for them to start near midfield. And if they're ever going to make something happen, it needs to be now.
Oh, that was crazy. But Trojans will take it. Can he get to the outside? He will. Can he get to the end zone? We'll see. He gets taken down at the 5-yard line. Great effort there by Jason Johnson. But that was a quirky little play. The ball was snapped right into the hands of the young man in motion, and I don't know that it was meant to be. Do you?
I'm still trying to digest what just happened over there.
Well,
I was totally discombobulated.
Derek Sanchez was coming in motion. The ball was snapped, and the reason I thought it was not supposed to go to him is Trevino reached for it as the quarterback in the shotgun, but it ended up going right into the hands of Sanchez, and he just kept on going. How about that? Foothill. First and goal from the 4. Can they get in? The big fella's going to try to plow it, and he does.
Wow, look at that.
Touchdown, Foothill.
Uh-oh.
Darion Rodriguez.
Good strong run by Darian. Comes up limping a little bit. Hopefully he'll be able to walk that off.
So a quirky play to get them 50 yards. But who cares? They get it on a first and goal from the 4, and they jam it in. And here comes the PAT, the hold, the snap, the kick, and it's perfect. So Foothill on the board. Again, that touchdown was, he was coming in motion. I think we've all seen plays run like that at some time in our life where they time it just perfect for the center to snap it to the guy in motion, but I don't know that was really the case. I think if anything it was going to be snap to the quarterback, hands it to Sanchez, but instead he says, hey, I got it. I'll take the snap.
You know, as a coach, you spend so much time diagramming plays and getting everything just right, but sometimes it's just about, hey, you got the right guy. Well, remember one time we had a kid named Ryan Matthews playing for us.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, and we had unbalanced line to the left. We're just going to run power left, all the blocking's going left. And somehow Ryan got the play mixed up and ended up just running the ball to the right 80 yards for a touchdown with no blocking. So,
and your colleagues are like, yeah, that's a great call, Rich.
Yeah,
hey, Rich, what was that? Tell me about that.
Yeah, just give that cat the ball. Sometimes it's just that simple.
Oh, man. You don't know how many times I heard it when I had the ball out on the wing. Vance, don't shoot. Okay, good shot. Don't shoot. Yeah, nice one.
What?
Well, the ball bounces, and it's really kind of taken with a lazy attitude, and they're going to pay the price.
Yeah, Arvin's got to realize this game's not over yet because Foothill's still coming at him. Of Great job by the Foothill special teams to make a tackle deep in Arvin territory.
It was strange because Aaron Lopez didn't really have a sense of urgency to go after the ball, and then when he finally picked it up, it was way too late, and he was closed up quickly there. So now Arvin, they're going to get 94 yards to stretch out that offense and show off their skills. But I'll tell you what, as you said it, Coach, there's a quarter and 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. This thing not over.
Well, the thing that could really flip it is a blocked punt or something, and Foothill's come close to a couple Arvin punts. So this game is not over yet, though. Foothill's got to get it lined right defensively. There they go.
Oh, there's one good way to start it right there. You got to be kidding me. How about this? From the 96-yard line. Does he do it? Does he go all the way? Xavier Reynoso. Are there flags? There are no flags. And just like that, a 96-yard return for Xavier Reynoso.
Wow, kid going both ways, junior running back. Plays tough on both sides of the ball, and he's got enough gas in his tank to take that thing and outrun the Foothill defense for a long touchdown. That'll definitely help your yards per carry on the season.
And that's his second touchdown of the evening. Whoa, right when Foothill was trying to get back into the groove, and you had talked about it at the very last second, they were still trying to get aligned defensively. And, whoa, they're going to say the ball was at the 6-yard line, so it's a 94-yard run. 94-yard run, not trying to diminish it other than just to be precise. It was 1st and 10 on the 6-yard line, so 94-yard jaunt by Xavier Reynoso, and now all of a sudden it's right back to that 28-point lead that Foothill was faced with when they started the third quarter.
Well, when Xavier's our age, I think it'll be a 99-yard touchdown run with no time left on the clock in a tight game.
In snow. What a beautiful job of running, because look, he had to get at least the first 15 yards through traffic, and then he turned on the afterburners. I thought he was going to get run down by a couple of Trojans, but he made it. What a touchdown by Xavier Reynoso. He has 2 TDs. Kasinger has 2 TDs thrown to him by Rosales. And Mateo Alvarez has a running touchdown. Lopsided kick taken at the 25-yard line, but they're going to say he went down on his knee to get it, so he had to go down low to scoop it up.
Yeah, this is a pretty unforgiving game. When you line up incorrectly, you're going to get punished for it. And we saw the Trojans linebacker was trying to get the defensive tackle to move into the right gap, and at that point Arvin snapped the ball, and that's how big plays are created sometimes. So the last 2 drives by Foothill have been their best 2 drives of the night. We've talked about their lack of consistency, and let's see if they can put at least a 3rd drive together in a row that they pick up a couple first downs and show Coach Gregg a little sign of progress.
1:55 remaining in the third. The fake handoff, and Arvin just stays put. Nobody really going to get away with anything. Another big hit again up there by Steven Martinez.
Yeah, linebacker, captain of the team. Leads the team in tackles. Plays soccer at Arvin. You know, all these Arvin guys, you'll notice multi-sport athletes. That's one of the great things. Again, any youngsters out there, play multiple sports. Enjoy your high school experience and milk it for all it's worth. It'll make you a better player, that's for sure.
Absolutely. 2nd and 8. We're going to dip below the minute mark here in 7 seconds in this third quarter. The Bears look out. He takes a hit as he gets rid of it. He was getting chased down in a big way by Reynoso. So you're right, he still has some in the tank, Coach.
Yeah, again, it's just that Arvin mentality. If your uncle or dad or grandpa played at Arvin High, that's the way they played, and you better play that way too. So 3rd and long here for the Foothill Trojans. They've struggled to throw the ball down the field. Pass rush from Arvin has been really consistent, led by Elias Roman. And as a pass rusher, man, you love these moments when you don't have to worry about reading the run, really. You just get to get after somebody.
Get after somebody. Did you hear that, everybody? Someone will get after somebody. Nice play again. Hey, and it's another nice first down. So I think that was the play.
How it was supposed to work.
On the long, long run that led to the touchdown. Because it worked again right there. They picked up another first down, so that's working.
Well, we know that Arvin is keying on Darian Rodriguez. And so anytime that their timing has been good on that counter-type play or anything that doesn't go to Darian, they're usually pretty successful.
Half a minute left in the third.
Foothill shifting. I'm not sure if that's intentionally or just trying to get in the right formation.
Pass. Oh, and it's thrown high and almost caught but dropped. One thing I'm noticing, Coach, and I'm going to knock on wood here and not hex him, but the snaps, the syncopation, the cadence, the calls, all starting to improve each quarter here with this kind of new revamped squad for the Trojans.
That's a good point, Vance. We had talked about the first quarter when they were really struggling with their snaps and talking about how, for a lot of these guys on that line, this is their first varsity football experience, and it's so much faster and so much more intimidating, and now they're starting to settle in.
Oh, nice block out here in the open and nice strong run. And a good job by Trevino to get where he can get. And you got to know he's feeling the heat. Whether he goes right or left or drops back, he's feeling the heat. But some big pancake blocks taking place right over here on this left side. So,
yeah, there's some people getting after. And that was a good open field tackle by Julian Rodriguez out here to not let that play go for a first down. So that's going to end the first quarter.
Into the third, and we'll be back. Fourth quarter on the Kern High Network.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Fourth quarter about to start. I'm Vance Palm with Rich Cornford and Julian Wilson. We've had a blast tonight. It's been a nice game. Foothill on a 3rd and 4, trying to make something happen. Look out, and he just gets smothered in the backfield. Andrew Trevino hit by 3 or 4 bears, and one of them that's up quickly is the strongest bear of all, Noah Tolentino. And if your mascot's a bear and you're the strongest bear, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so, again, you put him in that kind of situation, just turn it loose, pass rush, give him your best move. That's what you live for as a defensive lineman. So good stop by the Bears, forcing the Trojans to punt.
Back deep at the 25-yard line. It is not Case Singer. The ball takes somewhat friendly bounce, but it's Aaron Lopez that was going to be returning it had it gone to him. And so with a 28-point lead, let's see how aggressive or, let's say, pragmatic might be a term I would use from the standpoint of Coach Riley, knowing that he has another game against Miramonte, but then playoff time starts and looks like they might have a positive record. You know, you might want to be a little bit more strategic in your play calling now to kind of work on some things. Does that make any sense?
It makes sense. I just noticed Coach Riley sending in Rosales and Kasinger together with the play, which makes you kind of think maybe it was something that involves the two of them here, something special that they haven't used yet.
Well, Kasinger's in tight. And that was overthrown, and it was an interesting route by Kasinger and Alvarez. The safety valve out here was Polito. Didn't seem to be a lot of intent on the route.
No. And I think Foothill had that pretty well covered from the get-go.
You're right.
So Arvin come out like we thought they might be throwing there, judging just by the way the coach and the quarterback and the top wide receiver were coming in together.
They hand the ball off. This time it's Polito. And Polito trying to break free. Polito, can he get free? Oh, he's on the fingertips of a defender, and he's gone. He cuts once. He cuts twice. Polito being chased down by 3 or 4 Trojans. And they fight. Ball falls out. Ball! They're going to say he was down. Good call by the official right on top of it.
Yeah.
Polito was finally brought down.
Well, that was if you ever played the old video game Tecmo Bowl, that's how you run the ball in Tecmo Bowl so the defense doesn't get you. You have to zigzag. And reminded me of running with Bo Jackson back in the day.
And Derek Sanchez, the young man that's had a couple of big carries this second half, was the young man that raced down the field and brought him down, and that looks again like the cramp issue there. We'll take a short break here, Julian, and we'll be back. It's 35-7, and the Bears look like they might score again here, but we'll be back right after this on the Kern High Network.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
All right, good to see, again, Derek Sanchez raced down the field to stop the touchdown, but another young student athlete out there feeling the cramps. Had to quickly went to the calf stretch, and it is 1st and 10. Arvin, fake pass, nice fake, and it says give it to the big guy, Big Remy, and he gets down to the 5-yard line.
I think that's his 4th or 5th catch tonight.
At least his 5th. At least.
Yeah, he's been a solid number 2 option for the Bears.
1st and goal from the 6. Cheerleaders still into it. The band's still getting after it.
Foothill band doing a really good job.
They're doing great. I love it. But the Bears looking to try to get into the end zone. Oh, a hard run by Abram Gonzalez. Man, he attacked the hole. Nice job by Foothill to keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah, nice trap play there by the Bears. This Foothill defense, again, I think for the most part they've played pretty well tonight. They've been put in some tough situations. Playing for some pride right now, trying to keep the Bears out of the end zone.
2nd and goal. Everybody packed in tight except K-Singer out in the corner. And do they keep it from getting in? They do. Another great job by this defense, this time keeping Freddie Polito, the dangerous and talented Freddie Polito, from getting to the end zone. It'll be 3rd and goal, this time from the 1-yard line.
And this is really an important aspect of the game, is when you got that 1 yard, can you pick it up? And like we talked about, Coach Riley hasn't been as happy with his running game as he has been with his passing game. And this is a good chance for them to prove that they're a well-balanced squad that can pound at the ball when needed.
Well, you've got Remy Vasquez way out there in the tight end spot. Do they use it? They try to pound it in again. Does he get it? Does he get in? He does! Touchdown, Bears! So a punishing finish by Freddie Polito. And it was going to be a challenge to keep Freddie out of the end zone. He got in.
That was a great job by Polito. We're running with low pad level, spearing himself into the end zone.
Mateo Alvarez waiting for his 11th player to get on the field.
That was an interesting way to come on the field. Never seen that before.
Oh, man, I wish we had that again. The PAT is good. That was pretty special right there. So Xavier Reynoso came on the field late to be the 11th player. And as he came to get his spot over on the left side of the line to keep any kind of block from happening, he hopped over the holder.
A little leapfrog there.
A little leapfrog over the holder. That's when you know you're having a good time, eh? So it is now a 35-point lead for the Arvin Bears, 42-7. Foothill overcoming.
Yeah, likely to have a running clock here for the remainder of this. Up 35 is kind of in the fourth quarter is kind of the rule.
You know, I was going to say Foothill's overcoming some tough internal struggles, some disciplinary issues, and we've got some key players not on this roster for the remaining of the season. And that's when, as a head coach like Mike Gregg and his staff, they have an opportunity to talk to their team and say, hey, look, it's on us. Let's go. We as a team are going to battle through this. Ball dropped at the 5 and then picked back up again, looking for some kind of action. Looking good out here. Oh, a nice run. Really good run by Darian Rodriguez. Just glad to see he's back up and running again.
Yeah, I was afraid he had a little bit of an ankle injury, but was able to walk it off there, and looks like no ill effects. Now, one thing Mike Gregg's going to do, though, is keep his stud running back out here for the remainder of this game and give some other guys carry, make sure that he's got him for next week's game. Smart move there by Coach Gregg.
Well, running clock, 1st and 10. I see a lot of the same Bears out there, Coach.
Yeah, Arvin hasn't started substituting much. There's a couple new fresh faces out there.
Let me ask you a question about K-Singer. He seems to be like the Christian McCaffrey of this team, or could be. Do you maybe utilize him just a little bit more than just the one spot he's at? He's a senior, and I've been calling his games for 3 years.
That's a good question. Yeah, because sometimes if they are pulling that safety over the top and you just really can't get him the ball out wide, you might want to put him at running back or use him in motion to hand the ball off on jet sweeps or something like that.
I mean, tonight you're looking at a night where Reynoso and Polito and everybody's carrying the load anyway, but against a team that might be a little bit more formidable down the stretch here, do you utilize Case Singer in different spots is a question.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. I think they do have good complementary parts, but he's the best part. So always make sure you got a way to get the best part, the ball, in several different ways.
3rd and 4. Foothill trying to keep this ball moving. Hard count, and the only ones that jumped were the student athletes in the black jerseys.
So Coach Greg talking to his young quarterback there. Again, both these squads have sophomores at quarterback.
Yeah.
So you got to like your future when you've got a kid like that that's a good leader and good ball player. Get that kid in the weight room, put some weight on him, and, anxious to watch him the next few years.
Back to a 3rd and 9 now.
Again, Arvin's got everybody within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Everybody's packed in pretty tight. They go back to the young man that had a couple of good plays there. It looked like he lost his footing there. And speaking, of course, about Derek Sanchez as he goes down. And it's going to be 4th and long, and Trojan's going to come in and boot the ball away.
Great job by Freddie Paluto of not chasing the ball away from him, staying home and making a big tackle there to prevent a big gain. We called his name a lot tonight. He's had a heck of a ball game.
Great snap. And a good boot. That's nice. And the ball goes out by Ned Permenter.
You know, Ned was such a great fixture here on campus. It's one of the fun things as a coach is when your former players come up and introduce you to their kids and you see they're being productive members of society and, you know, that they're being great husbands and fathers. And I'm sure Ned is enjoying a lot of that tonight because we've seen different players come up to him and talk to their old ball coach.
In the coach's locker room decades ago at Arvin High School was a huge photo of Ned in a superhero cape. And we would go in to play noon league basketball. I'd come back from my Cal State days, and we'd go in the gym and play. And you could never take your eye off a picture of big Ned Permenter, superhero goggles, superhero cape. And that was right above Chuck Chamberlain's desk. How good is that?
That is awesome.
1st and 10, 3:18 and counting. And the Bears hand the ball off to Reynoso, and Reynoso gobbles up some more yards.
Yeah, I was just starting my career when Ned was finishing his over here, and he wrote me a handwritten 5-page note just about the coaching profession and ideas and, you know, and how done and he gave me a cleat that supposedly was worn by somebody in the Ice Bowl. But just a heck of a good guy to do that, you know, to this young coach coming up. And never forget that. Just, again, heck of a good guy.
2nd and 1. They stay on the ground with it. And it's another bruising run. And, hey, let's give our kudos to this offensive line for the Arvin Bears tonight. Rich, there's been some discombobulation with some penalties that brought the Bears back and forth, but none of them really against the Bear offensive line. And there's some unsung heroes when you've got this talent of Case Singer and you've got the durability of, you know, Reynoso and, Freddie Polito and all of these great skill players. This line's done a great job tonight.
Yeah, and we had talked about Noah Telatino.
Yep.
We talk about multiple sport athlete. He's a shot put and discus guy on the track team. He's only a junior, and he's the strongest kid on their team. So, again, this Arvin Bear program is in really good shape.
1st and 10, 90 seconds left. Right up the middle again. Nice strong run there again by Martinez. And very quickly, I just want to thank Foothill High School again. Thank you so much for hosting us tonight. Thank you to Stan Green and all of the Kern High School District superintendents. And a special thank you to Valley Strong Credit Union for allowing us to put on events like this for our community. The principal, Ryan Guyvet, AP of Instruction, Sogweek Brutain, AP of Administration, Ricky Ishida, the athletics director, our good friend Mike Bezad, and our activities director, Jennifer West. Thank you to everybody at Foothill High School. One of the great things, like Monday Night Football, those guys to go to all those different cities and all that. Well, we get to go to all the different high schools, and it feels just as great. Appreciate it. Foothill will move on to play Golden Valley. They'll host Golden Valley here at home next week, and Arvin will be hosting Miramonte for their senior night at Arvin. A burst through the line, still wanting more, still on his feet, still trying to get to the end zone, is Xavier Reynoso with 2 touchdowns already. Coach, got a couple seconds here for your final thoughts on both teams here before we wrap it up.
Well, this Arvin squad continues to impress me. It's my first time seeing him this year. I was really impressed with Coach Riley and what he'd done with the program last year. But you talk about Arvin football, and they're like the Pittsburgh Steelers of this area. They have great consistency with their coaching staffs, from Chuck Chamberlain to Edgar Reyes and now Riley, Edgar Mara, sorry. It shows why their program is always solid. And for Foothill, Mike Gregg, he's the right guy for this job. And I think he's going to make this club better, in the coming years.
Well, I can tell you this, it's been fun here. You can hear the band below us. They're going strong. The cheerleaders, they're not stopping. It's been a great night. We appreciate it. On behalf of Julian Wilson and my partner Rich Cornford, I'm Vance Palm saying thank you for being with us tonight on the Kern High Network. We hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy all the football coming up over the weekend. We'll see you next week on the Kern High Network. Good night and God bless.